Hi Vibrant Souls, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Vibrant Soul Tarot, and in today's pick a card we are going to be looking at what makes you so attractive. So this could be from the perspective of your significant other, this could be from the perspective of a random stranger on the street. Whoever it is, I'm going to leave it open and not specifically like who it's from, but just I'm going to leave it open to allow all of the messages to come through for any reason why someone, somewhere, somehow has found you attractive in some way, shape, or form. So let's go ahead and get into the pile selections. We have these 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1, starting right here, we have the Light Seers Tarot deck along with this blue cat's eye heart. Then for pile number 2, we have the Wild Child Tarot deck along with this blue opalite butterfly. Almost forgot to add in the last part. It's a butterfly. Okay, and then for pile number 3, last but not least, we have the Lubanko Tarot deck along with this blue apatite palm stone. You're probably sensing a theme here, as you can see. I was feeling very blue today. So if you need more time in choosing your pile, you're more than welcome to pause the video here. Please take as much time as you need. But when you do have your pile selected, I will post the timestamps for each one in the description box below for your convenience. And I can't wait to see you guys at your reading. Bye. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose the cat's eye heart, or if you chose the Light Seers Tarot deck, either way, welcome to your reading. Happy to have you here. So today we are asking, what makes you so attractive? So I'm going to ask Spirit here to please tune me in to my pile 1's energy and show us what makes pile 1 so attractive to other people. Oh, we already have some cards coming out, and one of them is the Ace of Wands. Jeez. Okay, so the first card we have for you is the 9 of Pentacles. The second card we have for you is the Ace of Wands. These 2 cards coming out together is giving me very much first impression energy. You give off a great first impression. With this 9 of Pentacles, I feel like this is you take very good care of yourself. You probably dress really nice, or maybe you seemingly have a nice aesthetic or like nice clothes, or you just look really like good. Like I feel like this is a pile that looks like they, or at least when this, you know, because I'm sure, you know, we all have days where we don't feel like we look good or whatever, but you know, on those days, and I'm pretty sure those are most of the days for you actually that I'm hearing, so just forget that. But anyways, what I'm saying is you look like you put time into yourself, into your appearance, whether you do or not. Maybe you don't even like potentially like purposely do that, but it looks like you're very put together. And with this Ace of Wands, that's why it's giving me that like first impression. Like to a lot of people, they're like, wow, like they're like, pile 1 is hot, pile 1 looks good, pile 1 looks like they take care of themselves, all of those things. And I feel like this is almost like a very sexual, attractive energy. You know, you kind of you start some sparks up in people when they first see you. And I'm picturing someone like dressed up walking into a room. So this could have been like when you would go out, or just maybe for some of you when you just walk in the room, you know, you have that energy. Okay, that's way too many cards for right now, but we're gonna take this one. So we have Judgment. Ooh. You know, because Judgment's like a wake-up call too. Let's see, what makes pile 1 so attractive? You look like a good judge of character as well, but I feel like with this Judgment, it's like I feel like this kind of can be in regards to this first impression thing, but I feel as though you come off as very intimidating. with this Judgment card, because Judgment is Pluto energy as well too. And I feel as though you come off, yeah, very intimidating. Maybe at first people think that like you could be a little bit judgmental as well, just because of like how you look and how you come off. And I'm not saying that's true at all. Obviously this is just like outer, like first, like right now we're kind of in like first impression type of energy. It seemingly, you know, seemingly kind of comes at, but yeah, you have a very powerful vibe to you, because I keep like thinking of with this Judgment card, like it's Pluto energy. It's like you have this powerful aura that is like intimidating at times too, but also like magnetic. Like it could also come off as like mysterious too, like people like want to know more. All right, let's get a couple more cards here. So what do people find so attractive about pile one? What makes pile one so attractive here? Let's see. If they take forever to come out, we'll just pick one. Oh, there we go. Ooh. We have the Seven of Pentacles. That's an interesting one. I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, you definitely... this is an alluring, like, energetic attractiveness. And what I mean by that is you leave people wanting more. Because when you think about the Seven of Pentacles, you think about, like, growing, but, like, still wanting to know more answers. Like, you know, like, if the Seven of Pentacles comes up for, like, a business thing, you're like, okay, you know, I got to know this, or I did this, or I put in this effort, I'm seeing something, but there's so much more that I want, and I want to know where it's going, or you know what I'm saying? So applied to you, I feel like this is like, people find you very intriguing, and I feel like they know that they don't have the whole story when they're around you and when they meet you. And I think that you have, again, like this alluring presence that we've seen right here, that he wants, people want to know more. They want to know, like, especially like, it's like this tree at the top, that's like the surface level here. There's so much more to you beneath the surface, and that people can sense it. They can feel it, and they're like attracted to it, and they want to know you more. Like they want to get to know you. They want to know what's happening with you. And this could mean that you attract a lot of people and a lot of relationships potentially that want to stick around. Like people like just want to be around you. They want to know, they want to be with you in the long run as well, you know? And I heard captivating. You have a captivating presence. Interesting. All right, let's get one more tarot card, and then we're going to get some oracles to see what else people find attractive about you. All right, one more card for what do people find attractive about pile one. I feel like this is but because of all this, like, I feel like this is a very physically attractive pile. At least to the people, you know, that are finding you attractive. Because also, one of the things, too, is beauty is always in the eye of the beholder. So, oh, we have the Eight of Cups. Wow, you have this, like, really nonchalant energy about you, too, where, like, you just, I think to other people... And I'm hearing specifically, I know this sounds so bad, but I'm hearing specifically sometimes people with abandonment wounds, or people that just want to be seen by you. It's very, and it's not like it's like attractive. It's like they just, when you pull away, people pull more towards you, if that makes sense. But also you have this very like nonchalant, like I don't care, like type of attitude, I feel, with this Eight of Cups. And it's like, yeah, you'll just, when you leave, or like when you're done and you're actually like done, it makes people like want you so bad and so much even more. I feel like this is a pile that has been in certain long-term relationships as well too, and it's like when you're done, like people miss you, they miss your energy, they feel your presence. And this could also be too, like just when you're around people, or like when you leave, because we have this energy too. And I think that's interesting too, to say the least, because we had this energy that I was feeling, like, okay, this is like a first impression. This is like when you walk in, people are like looking at you. They're like, wow, this person's really attractive. I like the way this person dresses. You know, like, dang, this Ace of Wands, like, they're hot, whatever. And then it's like they're still thinking about you. And then look, oh my gosh, yeah, we have the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck too. But when you leave, they're still thinking about you. Like, and I feel like when you leave, they don't want you to go. And even too, like, I mean, I know that's not like the point of this card, but this, like, this person is walking away. That would, technically, we're going to say that's you. And it's like you still lit a fire here, because there's still a fire like lit in that bowl. And so it's like your presence is still felt even after you're gone. Like, people are still thinking about you, especially like with this Ace of Swords at the bottom. Like, people still have you on their mind. And so yeah, no wonder why with that Judgment too, I was like, this is a very powerful presence. Like, you have a very powerful presence over a lot of people, and that could be energetically. Like, of course, we've already seen that, you know, there is an attractiveness here, but you have a lot of like mystery almost to this as well too. I'm digging this for you. Okay, let's get some oracles now and see what else we can see. Ooh, abundance. Kind of with that Nine of Pentacles here too. Like, you just look like you have a lot going for you, and you have a lot to offer. And I love the, like, the energy that this card is giving off. It's like bright, and it's alluring, like we were talking about, but it's also like, yeah, I feel like people just think that you have it going on, and I feel like some people misjudge you. I'm getting a message too that you may attract a lot of people that are jealous, not intentionally, and maybe these people aren't even intentionally jealous, because it looks like they just want what you have. Like, you just make things look really good. You look like you have it all, like you have it all together, like we were kind of talking about with that Nine of Pentacles. But that may not necessarily be true. But of course, you know, that's why they always say, like, don't judge a book by its cover, because, you know, none of us really have it all together, if you want to be like specific about it. But for the most part, this is a very much like, I got it going on. And you know what? This abundance card is also giving me Empress energy as well too, because the Empress is the card for abundance as well too. So you could have this divine feminine attraction energy, and this could also just be your energy as well too, whether you associate with the divine feminine or not. It could just be your energy being very alluring and very attractive, like we were kind of talking about before, because, you know, compared to the masculine energy, the feminine energy, I guess the mantra would be like, I don't chase, I attract. So this is again like people just being very infatuated with you, like your attractiveness, whether that's just physical, but on this point it's energetic too. It allures a lot of people in. You probably go out in public and are constantly annoyed that people stare at you. Well, you don't have to be annoyed, but sometimes that happens to me, and I just find it, I don't mean to, but I find it annoying just because, I don't know, I guess it's not that big of a deal. Anyways, we're not talking about me. So anyways, like, you could walk into a room, or like when you go grocery shopping or just wherever, and then like maybe you're like, why am I always getting stared at? Like, why do so many people stare at me? You know what I'm saying? It's this is why you have this attractive energy to you. And it's like I'm seeing like someone that's like turned around, like you're behind them, and it's like because they feel it and they turn around to look at you. You know, it's like dramatic. That's kind of dramatic to me, but you know what I'm saying? It's like you're felt. Okay, so we have all tied up, and then we also have financial constraints. So this is very interesting coming out together, because let me tell you why. These two cards coming out together make perfect sense with this abundant energy right here. So that is, you intimidate a lot of people that maybe want to approach you if they feel like they're not good enough. Like people will probably not talk to you because they feel like they when they come to you, they need to come correct. Like, they need to have certain things, they need to have their life in order, you know, or at least like they know that they need to have something to offer with you. And so you make people I feel insecure, not on purpose. Obviously, this isn't like you're doing this on purpose. This would honestly be their own issues. Like, it's kind of like that case of like, oh, you have a problem with me? That sounds like your problem because I'm fine over here. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, like, people feel like they need to impress you. They need to impress you. They need to have something that you find, you know, valuable, whether you find this valuable or not. Like, this is just how they feel. And with that being said, yeah, it causes like other people to be insecure and feel like they don't have enough. And so some people might not even try to approach you. As well as, there was another message. Oh, dang, there was another message coming through with this, but it's gone now. So if it's important, it will come back. But yeah, you kind of scare people a little bit, like in a good way, like in a way of like, it's intimidating. Like the level of attractiveness here is like too much that like it almost, people don't even want to approach you because they feel like they would never have a shot. Like they wouldn't have a chance. It's so interesting. And I'm hearing that song too with this I think I'm gonna put that for your channeled song because that kind of goes perfect. But I'm hearing that song that I don't want no scrubs. And that's that energy here. That's so perfect for that too. Okay, we have happiness and we have the first chakra, Archangel Michael in reverse coming out. So we have the root chakra. And then we have happiness, that I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. So something else that people find attractiveness to, or attractiveness, that's not what I meant to say, that's so funny. Something that people find attractive to about you is that you just come off as like a really joyful person as well too. Even though we have like this other, like when people see you happy, it makes them happy. Like you have this magnetic joy to you that like probably like if you were to tell like a joke that wasn't funny, but like you were laughing, just the fact that you're laughing is gonna make other people laugh. Like it's contagious. And I think when people see you having a good time, they want to be a part of that good time as well too, and it makes them like more comfortable and want to have a good time. And I feel like that's more of that like Pluto, that judgment energy of like that you kind of just have this like ability to like quite literally command a freaking room. Like if the people around you, like if you're having a good time and you're laughing, like they feel like more chill. If you're like say like upset or for some reason whatever, they'll be like looking like, I don't know, they feel it. It's a very powerful energy just radiating off of you. Now I feel like this is, for some reason, I'm feeling like this first chakra, this root chakra. Okay, so I got another message too. This, because the root chakra again is about like, it can be about like financial, like you can attract financial things and stability here. But and so like with that, people like that find you attractive, they just kind of like feel like they want to spoil you or they want to just like give you things. And even though they may not even have the resources, like they just want to, like in their mind. But also I feel like because I'm hearing right when this was like coming out, I heard a line from a Lana Del Rey song too that says, oh, he admires me the way I roll like a rolling stone. Like I feel like because this is the card of stability and groundingness, people feel like they can't have you, like they can't tie you down, like you're why am I hearing so many lyrics right now? That's so funny. But I'm hearing like the Lady Gaga, I'm a free bitch, baby. I'm enjoying this energy already, and I'm enjoying this reading so much. But yeah, it's like people feel like they can't tie you down. And now I'm hearing, oh, she can't tie me down, tie me down. That is so funny. You may like music, or like this could be like a lot of people around you. There could have been a lot of music playing for some reason, or just music could be something you listen to a lot because there's so much music around here. Okay, let's get where are we at now? I knew this wasn't going to be a super long one. Let's see, do I want to grab another oracle for you? And if so, what is it? And I'm sorry to be doing this to you right now. Okay, give me 1 second. Excuse me. Okay, for some reason, I felt like we weren't done. We're going to end with some affirmation cards for you, just because I always like to end with something, you know, for you specifically. But this deck was calling to me for some reason, so we're going to see why. And then we'll probably use it in all the other piles too. Oops, I dropped a card already. But already at the bottom of the deck here, we have Juno with partnership. So people see you as someone who is a good partner, potentially a good partner. They see you as someone they want to be with. We were getting that earlier as well too. Like, you know, that you are relationship material to other people's eyes. But with this 8 of Cups and right here with this first chakra in reverse, you're still like someone that they feel like, or people feel like you can't tie down. Like that you're just almost like an unobtainable type of energy, but that doesn't stop them from like wanting it though. And then like under that we have the IC, which is like the root. Okay, so the card that fell here is progressions with journey. Oh, that's sweet. I feel like people like they want you along on their journey, but also I feel like there's almost a certain energy here for you of gratitude. Excuse me. Of gratitude for like, wow, like I can't believe I met or got to know pile 1. You could show people a lot of things as well about like just teach them a lot of things, but also like they're just like proud to be with you. Like people that are with you, whether that's friendships, romantic partners, you know, there's like this energy with that journey of like, wow, I'm really glad that I got to meet like pile 1. And specifically I'm hearing too for the people that get to know you, because we were seeing that energy too, that there is so much that lies beneath the surface that almost is very alluring to people. They want to know more, they want to develop more with you, they want to grow with you more. So the people that actually do get to do that, they seem to be very grateful for that. And I'm hearing maybe a little bit surprised as well too by what they find. Oh, look, we even have more collaboration energy. So we have Aquarius with collaborate, number 11 here. This makes a lot of sense for this energy because I feel like with Aquarius, just the fact that it is Aquarius, I feel like this is saying that you are very unique and different. When people see you, when people meet you, one of the things that they find very intriguing and very attractive about you is the fact that you're not like everybody else. And I don't even mean that in a quote like, oh, I'm not like other girls kind of way. I mean that like in a legit like, there's something different about pile 1, and I think that is even more of like alluringness, like energy. And then again, it's literally collaborate, like they just like to be around you. You create, your energy creates a better environment, I feel like, for people, and also it just keeps them wanting more. Like they want to be with you, they want to know what you're doing, they want to work with you. I feel like you're very cool. Like you're a very cool person, not in like a mean at all, like not in a mean like high school cool way, but like you're just a cool person. Like you're a vibe. We have another abundance card here. What the heck? People feel like you are just abundant. Okay, let's get one more of these cards about what people find attractive about you, and then we will give you your affirmations. And we have the 11th house with this community. People want to be your friend. You could have a lot of friends, or at least what people see you as someone who's very popular. Whether or not you have a lot of friends or not, because I know a lot of us kind of go through different stages. Also, people find you attractive, like people want to meet you through their friends. Like I'm hearing that there's people that are like, oh, so you're friends with pile 1? Like, what are they like? Can you introduce me? Some of you may have even met your partners through friends as well too. But also, yeah, no, just like it says, like people want you a part of their friend groups. As well as you could have a really attractive social media presence, or when people see you on social media as well too, they're like, they find you very attractive. Like your photos look really good. Maybe the posts that you post are funny, or you look good, or whatever the case is. You get a lot of attention, I'm hearing, on social media because this is the 11th house. But also it's like, yeah, like people assume that you're like popular. Apparently, like you got it all going on to this like first impression type of stuff too. But also there's so much that lies beneath the surface that is attractive for you too, which is really beautiful, because we've also seen here that even as people get to know you, it's even better. It's like you have more than just what you have to offer on the surface, but what you have to offer on the surface, like, it seems to attract a lot of people too. Interesting. But yeah, you stay, and I'm constantly drawn to this Ace of Swords. So I just want to say, like, you live in people's minds rent-free that find you attractive, for sure. And then look, we have the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. So people like just wish they could have you, but then they're sitting there like this because they don't. No, I'm just kidding, that's funny. But yeah, like people desire you with this Nine of Cups. People want to tie you down with the Four of Pentacles. But yeah, just like we said, you stay on people's minds rent-free, pile one. That's so interesting. Okay, so I just thought we would end the reading with some affirmations here, kind of just like maybe anything that you need to hear right now. Sometimes they can just be helpful in any way, but I'm not really going to particularly relate it to this reading. I always just feel like I have to leave with some sort of advice or some sort of just like ending message that can help you in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, if you don't want, you don't even have to stay if you don't want it, the message. Oh, look at, we have I love my body, which is I create peacefulness in my mind and my body reflects this peacefulness as perfect health. Oh, I love that. Apparently other people love your body as well too. I honestly, that could be in regards to this attractiveness reading. I'm not even gonna lie, like people could find your body really attractive, and that could be one of the reasons why it's coming up right now. Let's get one more affirmation for you. Thank you. Oh, look, we were talking about how unique you are with the Aquarius energy. Look at, I accept my uniqueness. See, the things that other people find attractive and so cool and unique about you, you may not even like about yourself. So accept those things, because you are the shit, pile one. Like, and it's coming up again to say, like, all of those things that make you different, that make you stand out, that make you unique, like, that you probably don't fit into this cookie cutter image, are spectacular and make you you. Like, they make you stand out, they make you memorable, and all of those things that make you so special and unique are coming through in this reading to what people find attractive about you. So I love that this is like also saying, like, accept those things about yourself, because basically you're the shit. And I don't want to hear anything else other than that, okay? I don't want to hear, well, I'm this. No. Shut your mouth right now. Okay, so for your last for your last affirmation, we have all is well in my world. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. Oh, I love that. Everything is working out for you. You're amazing. And you deserve great things in life. So, and just from this energy based on, if you're allowing people or anything to give you anything less than what you deserve, than what they even know that you deserve, and they're like stealing your peace or anything, just be mindful of that and do what you need to do according to that, because there's a lot of people apparently that would love to give you the world, and there's a lot of people apparently that would love to treat you and make you theirs but can't. So just remember that the next time somebody comes and offers you like the bare minimum, okay? All right, pile one. So I am going to leave this reading here for you. I want to thank you so much if you stayed till the end. If you aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so you never miss another one. And thank you to anyone who supports this channel in any way, shape, or form, whether that's liking the video, that's commenting, or even if you're just supporting it from afar over there and you're just watching and supporting. Hey, thank you. Appreciate you. So, yeah, I will see you guys in the next pick a card. Bye. Hi pile 2, and welcome to your reading if you chose the blue opalite butterfly, or if you chose the Wild Child Tarot, whichever it is. Welcome. So today we are asking, what makes you attractive? So I'm going to ask Spirit here to please tune me in to my pile 2's energy so we can find out together what makes you so attractive. Or what other people find is so attractive about you. All right. So Spirit, what is attractive here about pile 2? Justice. Wow. You have this very diplomatic energy to you, but also very powerful. This is also the card of Libra, so you could be very aesthetically pleasing because Libra is ruled by Venus. But for the most part, there's something very attractive here about how you carry yourself. There's a beautiful prideness, prideness, I guess you would say. I don't even know if that's a word, but you get it. To this energy of like, and like I said, it's very diplomatic, but it's like sharp at the same time, if that makes sense. There's a way that you carry yourself that's very attractive here. I feel like it almost looks like or feels like you hold yourself to a very high standard. And we have the Star. Wow. Interesting. So we also have Aquarius energy with the Star coming out too. So that is very, you have a lot of air energy around you. You don't have to be an air sign though. But with this Star, I feel like, especially with this energy, people see you, like they'll watch you from afar and like hope that you notice them, or they'll like hope that they like you see them too at times. And I feel as though you have this very alluring star quality about you because it is the Star. But also I feel like there's a lot of people that want you, pile 2, but they may not even let you know. Like you may have a lot of secret admirers because this is almost like wishing on a star. Oh, wishful thinking. Oh yeah, I wish I could, you know, be with pile 2, but there's no way, you know. And I feel like people are almost intimidated with this Justice energy here as well too. But I do believe you do carry a very star quality energy about you that's very attractive. So this is like your energy is very attractive. And also, I'm also hearing too that there's also this beautiful like ethereal vibe that you give off too, if that makes sense as well. Let's see what else. We have the 2 of Cups. And we have the Page of Swords. A lot of people are wondering who you're with and what are you doing? What is pile 2 doing? Who's pile 2 with? Do they want to be with me? They see you. A lot of people are very attracted to you and they see you as relationship material. And with this Page of Swords here, they're very interested in getting to know you more. I feel like there's something about the way you communicate here too. With the Page of Swords, you could have this very playful energy, like this very flirtatious energy about you that makes you like really attractive to other people while you're speaking. Almost like this innocence, but like almost like you're almost doing it on purpose. Even if you're not doing it on purpose, you know what I'm saying? Like people are like, oh, are they flirting with me? But obviously we have this, oh, and I love this 2 beautiful swans too. Like maybe everyone you've been in a relationship with like always thought that you were the one for them, because when I think of swans, I think of like soulmates and things like that. And so with that being said, people see you as someone they want. But almost at times, maybe with this Star, how we were talking about, like you have secret admirers and you have people that also see you as someone that's a little bit obtainable. Almost like they wish they could, but they can't, or they feel like they can't. You know what I'm saying? And then we have this like beautiful, sorry, I was getting a message with that as well too, so sorry for like that pause. Honestly, if you could have seen my face while I was pausing, I looked like I was like rebooting, like I was like but anyways, that's not important. So you have this beautiful like watery energy as well as this very sharp-witted air energy to you, and I think that's that ethereal vibe, which actually the Star would describe that perfectly, because this is in water, because it's Aquarius, the water bearer, but it's also, you know, the star like in the sky as well too. So you're very witty and sharp and probably very intelligent, but you have emotional intelligence too. And also it's like you have this watery like attractive energy because I feel like this watery energy is not just like, oh, it's not like you're emotional or anything like that. Like, that's this attractiveness. It's this, like, it's so hard to even put it into words. It's this beautiful, flowy, like, refreshing is a great word that Spirit just gave me. You're like a very refreshing type of energy to people, whether that's because you're unique or not. We do have Aquarius coming through too, so that could be, you know, you are unique. But it's also like a soft type of energy too. So I think that there's, I feel like, if I could be quite honest, you could be very mutable. And what I mean by that is you could be like the type that kind of goes with the flow. Like, you can adapt to each and every kind of situation. So maybe people that find you attractive, like certain people, they have different versions of you as well. And they're all you, don't get me wrong. Like, just because we you know, we adapt to situations does not mean that we're doing anything that's fake or anything like that. You're actually doing what, you know, is the best, like the easiest thing. But for the most part, it's like there's depth to you too. And that's why, because all of these adjectives are coming up because of this watery energy. It's like there's depth, like how like the ocean, you know, is very deep, and there's like so much mystery to the ocean as well too. But also the rain is very cleansing. Like, this is kind of that energy that I'm getting with you, like very mutable. And I don't mean to sound like so woo woo and like out there, but it's just, this is how I'm feeling. And it's attractive. Like, you're what you need to be when you need to be it. But yeah, with this Page of Swords, like, and then look at this bird is literally has its eyes right on those swans too, like right on those two birds. So like, if you are in a relationship, there's a lot of other people that would want to be with you. Or when you are in relationships, there's a lot of other people that still see you and still want you, because they see you as someone who definitely is relationship material. They see you as someone who's not only very attractive, but like has almost like this full package. Speaking of full package, you have the Ten of Cups. Oops. Okay, so I'm not taking all of these. I'm going to take the Ace of Cups, and then I kind of almost want to get, ooh, we have the Ace of Wands coming out here too, and then we have the Emperor with the Six of Swords. Ooh. Interesting. There's a specific message for you, which you may not even want to hear, but there's a couple people, or there's a specific energy coming through for you that's like wanting to know if you've moved on. So just take that as it resonates or whatever, but that was interesting. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups again, more of this beautiful water energy. I feel like you're like an endless flow of fountain love. I'm laughing because it sounded so cheesy. I'm not usually that cheesy, but this is a very cute energy as well too. Like, people want your love. They see you as someone with a big heart as well too. Let's get some more tarot for you, actually. Let's get like a couple more cards on what people find attractive to you. And then we're going to do the oracles. We have oracles, and then at the end, just because I don't like leaving with nothing, we're going to do, I'm going to give you like these little affirmations. Okay. So sorry. Okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles, and I can't help but to look at that Queen of Swords as well too. So the Page of Pentacles is telling me here that I feel like people see you as someone, again, this is like a developing energy. This is the Page of Pentacles is someone or something that's a beautiful, beautiful opportunity that you really want to see where it goes with. There's a lot of energy surrounding people wanting to be with you. There's a lot of energy around people wanting to be in a relationship with you, and to know who you're with and what it is that you're doing. You attract a lot of attention, but I feel like you still, there's people that make assumptions about you too, because of all of this underdeveloped energy. I feel like there's people that make assumptions about you, and that people that want to know what you're doing, and they try to put in like their own like theories as clues, but that theories aren't truth, if that makes sense. So that could just be people like coming through to like really, again, wondering what you're doing. But also, I love this energy of this card coming out too. This is a very cute, playful energy. this little kitty is so cute, and it's like playing and stuff. So I feel like people also, when they see you just like being yourself, that's so attractive too. Like you have this beautiful innocence to you, and this like, and also it's like, because it is the Page of Pentacles, it is like, okay, like I wonder if pile 2 would like want to pursue this with me, or get to know me better, get to know me more, you know what I'm saying? But it's, you have this beautiful like playfulness energy to you, that when you're having fun, like if you're out in public and you're laughing and you're having fun, that makes you really attractive to other people. People like this very lightheartedness energy about you. And also there's another message with this Justice card, that it's like you could go both ways. Like sometimes people never know what side to you that they're gonna get. Okay, I knew it. I knew this about you from the second we started with this energy. Just, you're a heartbreaker, okay? Admit it. Admit it to me, admit it to yourself. You are a heartbreaker, and people, and you have apparently, because the messages have been trying to come through here about that as well. People are, you've hurt people's feelings because just by being yourself, and probably being a very free spirit, because the tarot deck is named the Wild Child Tarot. So you could be a very free spirit. I can see that as well. And you're a heartbreaker. This goes for people maybe intimidated as well, like they feel like you would hurt them because of like how they feel, because of that magnetic like watery energy. Especially if you spark a lot of emotions in people, that triggers a lot of fear in people as well too, because with that being said, they're like, oh my gosh, if I fall hard for this person, I'm gonna get hurt hard, you know? And I think that's something as well too, as well as the energy of like, you're just maybe a heartbreaker. And I'm not saying you mean to be, and I'm not saying you're a bad person. It's something that happens, you know, when you're that person, when you're that girl or that guy or that person, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's just kind of comes when you're the star. All right, let's get one more of the tarot. And then I saw the Six of Pentacles, so that got my attention as well too. So you could be very generous. You could be a very generous lover, if you know what I mean, as well too. And that could be very attractive. But even if you're just, people just want your time and want your energy as well too. Like if you're generous with your time and energy, people are like grateful for that. They find that so attractive. Okay, one more card from the tarot, and then we will move on to the oracles. Ooh, we have the Eight of Fire. And the Page of Wands too. Yeah, people are so intrigued by you. The Eight of Fire is like, you're a little fireball, I feel like. A little spark of energy at times. And I feel like this is, again, that magnetism. Because when you think of the Eight of Wands, you think of like, obviously fast moving, but it's like things that you're attracting, or things that where you feel drawn to, where you're going, you know? It's like, as well as like messages as well too. So people could really be like anticipating like messages from you at times, but also I'm really getting that people are just really attracted to you. Like they feel like everywhere you go, you just leave this like, these little like tails on these stars. Like everywhere you go, you just leave like this little bit of magic everywhere. And they're just drawn to you, and they don't know why, that they want to just be around you. And I think that even people that possibly you've been in relationships with, or have been like talking to in talking stages as well too, you know, this could be, you maybe wondered why like you feel like people want to move so fast with you. You know, if that's been the case, like people just want to like all of a sudden, like, you know, you're talking for like a couple weeks or a month, and they're just like, I love you, I want to marry you, I want to be with you forever. There's just a very attractiveness, like you're like, and I'm getting the imagery of, you know, like the Eight of Wands. It's like, but it's almost like you're right here, like you're, say you're like walking right here, and the and then like other people, or the people that are finding you attractive, are right here, okay? And then there's like this Eight of Wands, like they're like shooting over here, and they're like trying to bridge that gap, if that makes sense, you know? And it's just like this indescribable magnetism that you have, as well as I just feel like you're very fun and very lighthearted. And I think that's something that is, again, like we were talking about, really refreshing to people. But you also have this beautiful depth of so much underneath the surface to you that people find it even more attractive as well too. But, and even with this eight of wands too, it's like, you know how I was getting that image of like them wanting to be attracted or like be with you or whatever, be near you or whatever. People are, a lot of the times, people are just wondering what you're doing, who are you with, what's going on with you. Like, I feel like this is a pile that has a lot of secret admirers that don't even show their face. Like, I feel like that this is a pile that has like people that they've been around that didn't even tell them, you know, all of these things, but like they'll watch you on social media, you know. And also, this is a very curious energy too. Like, this is a very, I'm intrigued, you've sparked something in me, like I want to know more, I want more. And it's so fun. It's a fun, passionate, loving, like lighthearted energy. And then underneath that, guys, we have the Lovers, and underneath that we have the Queen of Swords, because that's that heartbreaker energy coming back. Like, you may have a lot of admirers that you don't even like back, and that could be that heartbreaker energy, because the Queen of Swords is definitely someone that would have a lot of admirers. She's got that smart, intelligent, you know, air energy. And it also, she's the feminine version, so it's that attraction, whether or not you are feminine or masculine, doesn't matter. But like, it's that energy of like, I don't chase, I attract. But also the Queen of Swords is very picky and is like, okay, thank you for that offer, but I don't want you, I don't want to be with you, I don't want to be with you. And if that's the case, like, you are a heartbreaker. Oh, women holding the heart. You have so much love. People just want your heart. That is so cute. I love that, because it's like, this is your heart, you're holding it. And people, like with the Ace of Cups, like we were saying that too with the Ace of Cups, like people just want your love. They want your affection. They want your time. And they see that you're someone that they can be with. They're like, okay, like I wish pile 2 would offer me their heart and offer me their love, because I want to offer them mine. And we have more relationships. Oh my gosh, I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Everyone who just meets you falls in love. Is this the case? Is this what happens? Like, every person you talk to just falls in love. They want to be with you. You have so many people that want to be in relationships with you, that want your love, that want your time. Now, this makes me almost want you to be picky with your time. I hope you're picky with your time, and I hope you are someone who only accepts the best in love and the best in situations, because there's a lot of evidence here of worthiness and like so many things that like people are attracted to you like this for a reason, and it's because you deserve great things. And so I hope you're only accepting great things. And then on that note, we have Judgment, which is, I understand that everyone has their own unique paths and challenges. Now, this is an interesting one. For some of you, there's a message that people may judge the people, actually, as I just said that, as I was like, I hope you do, you know, blah, 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 with this person. I do feel like people may judge your choices when it comes to your partners. And again, that's like really none of other people's business, to be honest. But I feel like with this Judgment, it's almost giving me the Judgment in the tarot of like, all right, like a wake-up call. Like, maybe the people that you were in relationships with, you like opened their eyes to so many different things and so many more things, and like maybe like made them realize that they need to get their stuff together as well. And also there's a fear, I feel like, of being judged by you. Like, you have, and especially with that Justice too, like there's people that really respect your opinions and respect your judgments as well too. So I think that like they would hate to be on that other side, but they want you to want them at the same time with the Judgment. It's like, I want, like, basically, like, they would be like, well, I hope they see me in a good light. I hope pile 2 doesn't judge me poorly or harshly. Like, I hope they want me, or whatever the case is, like that. Because there's also an energy too that we were talking about before, being a little bit unobtainable. And it's like, because this woman is holding her heart, but she's not even looking in that direction. And so I feel like, again, you have a lot of suitors but you don't really want any of them, or most of them, to say the least. I'm not gonna assume you don't want any of them, but you don't even want, it's like you don't want to waste your time anymore. And for some reason, I think this is coming up in this attractiveness reading, because that may make them want you more. Like, the more that you don't see them, the more they want you more. And then we have surrender too. So they're like, oh, I wish Pile 2 would just surrender their love to me. Okay, let's do the other oracle card. So what is attractive about Pile 2? Ooh, remember we were, the first thing with that Justice card, like this 10th house with authority. Like, you have a powerful demeanor, a powerful presence, the way you hold yourself. And also with this being the 10th house is known to be like your public image. You have a really good image on yourself, like self-image. This could be like your social media. This is like how you carry yourself. But for the most part, like, you're someone that people look up to, or that people hold to a really high standard. And that could be that star quality as well too. But that's so crazy how that's coming out as well too. Like with that Justice, like that was the first thing when I was like, whoa, like I felt that energy as it came out too. I was like, there's a powerful presence here. The way you carry yourself is like star quality at times. And you, like I said, you just have a good public image. And I think that's like, and you know, for some reason it's like making me think like, even if you like, you may have some kind of like fame or some, whether it's just a star quality or maybe in your like community, you know, and you're like, if you live in a smaller community, like you're really well known. So people think that you're really cool. What are some other things that are attractive here about my lovely, beautiful Pile 2s? And even the fact that it's a butterfly too, it makes me think social butterfly as well. Even if you're not social, it's like maybe you just have this like je ne sais quoi about you that makes people like, first of all, butterflies are beautiful. But when you think about butterflies flying, they're very captivating. Like if a butterfly is near you and it flies, like, you know, all of the attention goes off of kind of what you were doing. Well, at least me personally, all of the attention goes off of like what I was doing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, look at that butterfly. Especially if it's a really cool looking butterfly, you know? I'm like, oh my gosh, look, there was a butterfly right here. Like they're very special. And it's like when you feel like they fly by you or they fly near you, you feel very special too. And I think that's, again, a part of like what you do to people that makes you attractive. And then we have the 12th house. Oh, I was just gonna say the 12th house is like intriguing and mystery. And then right at the bottom of the deck, we have the 8th house with mystery. Yeah, there's a lot to you that is alluring beyond just looks in general too, because the 12th house rules the unseen. And so this is a captivating, unseen, alluring, magnetic energy that people probably look at you or are very drawn to you, and at sometimes they can't even maybe put their finger on why. Like they are able to just be so infatuated with you. Like that's like if you walk by or something, you know, you could still be like on people's minds as well. Like they could still be thinking about you, or like you have this very mysterious, like I was saying before, like almost like this ethereal vibe, like this ethereal, like spiritual kind of energy that is very powerful. And also I feel like you make people think deeper into things than they probably would as well. And that could be from the people that you know, obviously personally, because obviously a stranger, I don't know. I mean, maybe you could, hey, we don't know. But then we also have the 8th house, which is mystery. And the 8th house is sexy energy too. It's also like forbidden too. Like you could be someone's forbidden fruit at times, and that could be why they find you so attractive. AKA if you are in a relationship, or if you were in a relationship and these people found you attractive, it's like, this is forbidden. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't want this person because they are in another connection. You know what I'm saying? And it's, you have this very mysterious, alluring type of energy. And then look under here, we have Descendant, which is invitation. And it's like, you have a very inviting energy at the same time, but it's inviting because it's alluring. But yeah, there's a lot of things that's like with this 12th house, like unseen. And again, you know how the 12th house could be like, it's things that are hidden. This is hidden admirers. Also, you could attract a lot of people that are jealous as well too, like hidden enemies, but that's not anything to be like scared of, because I feel like the only reason why they would be jealous is they're attracted to something about you that they don't see within themselves, or they don't accept within themselves. You know what I'm saying? And I think that would be the reason why. But also, this is like hidden admirers, people wondering what you're doing. A lot of attention without even trying, like maybe without even showing face. You attract a lot of attention because of this presence and this energy that you just give off. But, all right, let's go ahead and I want to do the affirmations for you. So let's go ahead and see. This can pertain to this reading or it cannot. I just feel like I just feel bad if I don't do something for you, like in particular, like, you know, the regular readings will do like advice and something. So maybe this is something you just need to hear, as well as it could also be about your attractiveness. But let's see. Oh, are you freaking kidding me? In this reading, for this specific pile, are you kidding me right now? It says, I am beautiful and everybody loves me. This is that ethereal kind of vibe that I was getting to, of like, you're just kind of flowing in the wind, almost like a little fairy or something. You're just like bopping around, living your life. People are like, who are they? So we have, I radiate acceptance and I am deeply loved by others. Love surrounds me and protects me. You know, this unseen energy could just be this deep love and this beautiful energy. Like, you could have such a great connection to spirit. You could be very spiritual. You could be into all of that stuff, especially we have the 8th house here. You could definitely be into that, like, you know, occultism stuff, the woo-woo stuff, you know, the stuff, you know, that stuff. But like, regardless of that, I mean, that is very intriguing as well, but regardless of that, I feel like you do have a very powerful spiritual presence that is very beautiful, that attracts a lot of people. I just think that's so crazy how that comes out for this reading like that. Like, I'm beautiful and everyone loves me. Yeah, obviously, we've seen that. Everyone wants to be with you. Everyone wants to be around you. That's funny. Okay, any more affirmations here for my ever-loving, ever-beautiful pile 2s? Okay, bottom of the deck we have, I'm at peace with my sexuality. The point of power is always in the present moment. The past is over and done and has no power over me. I can begin to be free in this moment. Today's thoughts create my future. I am in charge. I now take my own power back and I am safe and I am free. I love that for you. I feel like because of this energy that I've seen, especially for some of you in relationships, people have almost maybe wanted to like own you, because of like how unique you are, how beautiful you are. And so that could have attracted a lot of people to you in the past that wanted to possess you, that wanted to own you and dim your light because they didn't want anyone else to be attracted to you and things like that. So if that is the case, you know, this is a beautiful card and a beautiful energy to say that is over with, that is done. You know, you are not anybody's possession. You are allowed to be yourself and allowed to be free, and the people that love you will allow you to express yourself and allow you to be free in the way that you deserve. And with that being said, I love that it's like, I'm taking my power back now. This is what I'm doing. This is who I am. And I just can't help but to feel so happy for you, because I feel like there's a beautiful self-acceptance energy coming for you, or it has, maybe you've been working on self-acceptance as well, and this is radiating out to the universe to say, okay, I'm attracting the right people now. I'm attracting the people that are going to appreciate me for me now, not just people that want to control me or to hide me away, or you know what I'm saying? I think that there's a beautiful energy to this, and I just love that for you. So yeah, you're like, if you're like a beautiful, beautiful fluttering butterfly, social butterfly, whatever, you know, people are going to try to catch you and put you in a jar and lock you away. But you know, that will slowly kill you. You need to be free. I feel like, especially you chose the tarot deck that's called Wild Child. You need freedom. You need to express yourself. I feel like this is a very creative energy from this pile as well too. Also, that creation energy could make you very much attractive, because creation is like the sexual energy, because that's how we create babies and create life and things like that. And I feel like you need to be allowed to express this within yourself. So it even says I'm at peace, you know, with my sexuality. But regardless of that, you know, there's always these beautiful opportunities to grow and to change. And if we don't like where we were, we're always developing and always evolving to the next chapter. And I think that you have so much beauty within you that it is yet to even be seen and to come out. And I just excited for you, because I think that you have great things coming to you. So on that note, I am going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much, Pile 2, if you stayed till the end. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. If you enjoyed this reading, of course. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Maybe we'll see each other again. Maybe it'll be faded. But regardless or not, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me. To all the people who like the videos, who comment or share, or any kind of support in any way, shape, or form. Just know that it means so much to me, and I'm so grateful for all of you, every single one of you. And I can't wait to read for you guys again, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next reading. Bye! Hi Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the Blue Apatite Palm Stone, or if you chose the Lubanko Tarot deck, whichever one, welcome to your reading. So today we are asking, what makes you so attractive? And so with that, I'm going to ask Spirit here to please tune me in to Pile 3's energy, and to please show me what makes Pile 3 so attractive to others, or just in general. Excuse me, clear my throat. All right, what makes Pile 3 attractive? We have the 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay. And we have the 7 of Cups. 8 of Cups at the bottom. I'm already seeing something here. So with this 9 of Wands, I feel like people find you, they think that you're hard to get. And it's not that you play hard to get. I think that they literally think that you are hard to get. And with this 7 of Cups, you make, a lot of people think about you. A lot of people fantasize about you with the 7 of Cups. But also, you stay on certain people's minds, for sure, rent-free. And I think that with this 9 of Wands in reverse, it's like, I'm almost getting an intimidation vibe, because it's like people want to tell you, they want to let you know. But I feel like for some reason, a lot of people may hold back. We have the Page of Wands. And we have Strength. Oh, look at, and then we have the Ace of Wands. Then we have this Hanged Man here as well, too. And then we have the Knight of Cups. And again, at the bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Cups. You have a very alluring energy to you, but you also, like I said, you have a very intimidating energy to you. Like with this Strength here, you know, I feel like you come across as someone who is very strong and very capable, and I feel like that attracts a lot of people. Like if you are, for example, if you're a masculine energy, but you don't have to be. If you're a masculine energy, you just come across as like I said, strong and capable, and that attracts a lot of people to you. They're like, wow, look at Pile 3. Like they know what they're doing. They got it down. Now we have the Page of Wands and we have the Ace of Wands. This is a sexy, sexy energy. You intrigue a lot of people with this Page of Wands, and they want to know more about you. And with this Ace of Wands, I feel like this is a very much an initial sexual attraction. Like this is like a very much an arousal type of energy that people feel with you. And I think that it's a very sexual attraction on a physical level is what I'm trying to say. And I'm not saying that there's not anything unattractive about the non, but this is, I feel like, the first initial attraction here. And I feel as though, because after that we do have romantic. We have the Knight of Cups, and then we have the Hanged Man here. So I feel like with this Hanged Man, like, people just will wish that you would see them in that light. I feel like people want you to see them in a good light, as well as like maybe relationship material. Like, because the Hanged Man's about seeing things from a different perspective. Even the fact that this Hanged Man right here in particular has his head engulfed in water, you know, and water represents emotions as well. So people like want you to be interested in them. They find you, you know, to be very much alluring, attractive, drawn to you romantically. With the Knight of Cups, I'm feeling like this is almost like they see you and they're attracted to you, but they see you as someone who's like, I'm trying to find the words to explain it. I'm so sorry. Give me a second. It's like they see you as someone who's very dreamy. Almost like for some of you, like people who like are into you romantically or maybe like they feel like you're gonna come and you're just gonna like save their lives and fix all their problems. Now, I'm not saying that's true at all, but you're like a dream person to them. Like, you're like, oh my gosh, like that's the person that I've been wanting my whole life. And obviously, you know, things happen and relationships, it just depends. But like that's like their initial like, oh my gosh, this is the person for me. This is the person I've been wanting. This is the person that I've been waiting for. Yes, thank you, God, for sending this person into my life. You know, regardless of what happens, I feel like that's kind of like what they feel towards you, and it's something that's very attractive to them as well too. Now, I feel like the Seven of Cups, again, people, I just can't help but to repeat myself that people really fantasize about you, whether that's fantasizing about a life with you, that's fantasizing about a future. But I feel like because we have just this imagery alone on the Strength card, and we have the Page of Wands, and we have the Ace of Wands, people fantasize a lot about you in the bedroom, a lot about you sexually, and it's a very hot and heavy, very sacral chakra energy that I'm feeling right now. It's almost a little bit like, oh my gosh, like I'm almost like a little bit like, geez, like pile 3 is a person too. Okay, you can get to pile 3 is a person. Like, I'm like, stop sexualizing pile 3 to that extent. No, I'm totally kidding. But like, you get what I'm saying. It's like, oh my gosh, you have a very alluring sexual energy to you, and you stay on a lot of people's minds about it. They're wondering about you as well too. Now, with this Nine of Wands in reverse too, I feel like there's multiple messages coming through here. I feel like, first of all, again, people may feel like you're a little bit obtainable, hard to reach, out of reach, and they could hold you to a very high standard. But also, I feel like, again, this is kind of like a strength that you have. Like, you have an ability and a beautiful resilience about you that maybe the people that around you that know you find you very, very, very much attractive. Like, they're very attracted to that, I mean. And it's like almost like I'm sorry to say if you're like, if this isn't the case for you, but like, it's almost like this ruggedness that I'm sensing that's like hot to them. And it doesn't even, like I said, it doesn't even have to be masculine. It's like you just have this allure. And for some people, they feel that you make it easy for them too. Like, this could be like, you know, because sometimes the Nine of Wands is like an energy of like, it's kind of hard. It's hard to get to know somebody as well. And I think because this is an open reading, that could have been the initial first impression. But then when people do get to know you, they're like, wow, like, this is cool. Like, this person's cool. Like, I see this. I can get to know this person. You know, it's like easier. It's easier than they thought. As well as, I feel like if you're very protective over the people that you love and the people that you like almost to the point where you're like not gonna let anyone like hurt them, or you stand up for them, that's very, very, very attractive to them as well too. But ooh, yeah, but with this Eight of Cups that kept coming out too, you could be almost, again, like very go with the flow, very free spirited, and that could make people want you more. But Liz, I'm getting called to keep talking about this Page of Wands. Like, I think that you have this magnetic energy that it almost confuses people, because I think people make assumptions about you at times. And I think when they get to know you more, or like, you know, kind of we were saying with that Nine of Wands, or like when things get a little bit deeper or they get to know you more, they're very much surprised of what they see, because it's not what they initially thought at all. And so with that being said, that it still interests people like you, and the more people get to know you, you interest them more and more. And they're even more attracted to you as well too. Like, it's like, they're like, whoa, this isn't what I thought. Like, I want to know more. Tell me more. Because the Page of Wands is like a very much like an energy of like, okay, first of all, you got me sparked here with the Ace of Wands. But now I'm like, you need to tell me more. We need to develop this more. Like, I'm very intrigued. It's an intriguing energy. That's the word for that as well too. But yeah, with this Knight of Cups too, people see you as someone that they can be in a relationship with. They see you as relationship material, but also they see you as like, and I heard it to the extent, and this obviously this isn't true, because this would be like their problems, but like and like the issues that they probably have, but they see you as like their savior in a way. Is that so weird to say? I feel like that's weird to say, but like it's true. It's like they're like, oh my gosh, my knight in shining armor, or my princess, whatever it is that you know you want to go as. That's like exactly what they're feeling. They're like, this person's perfect for me. Let's get a little bit more information with the oracles here for you, actually. We got enough tarot. Ooh, we have the Seven of Swords. They may feel like you're too good to be true at times too. Like the Seven of Swords is like, all right, I have this. Is it too good to be true? Are they going to deceive me? Yeah, they could think that you're a player type as well too. I can see that. Like maybe you are true. Like maybe you are that person. Like you are who you say you are, and you're great and everything like that. But like to other people, it could be like triggering. Like it could be like, oh, this is too good to be true. There's no way this person has all of these qualities that I want, and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And that's like that Seven of Swords. Okay, so what is attractive about pile 3 from this deck, Spirit? What else can you tell us that is attractive about pile 3? Ooh, door to personal healing and happiness. Like they see you as like an endless, like they're like, you're opening the doors to like the rest of their life. Like, you know how we were just talking about like, we were just literally talking about, what was I saying? This person is everything that I've ever wanted. They're everything that I've ever wished for. They're like, oh, here's my door to personal healing and happiness. No, but on a serious note though, they do see you. I feel like with the doors opening, like the more that they open the doors with you here, the more potential that they see someone that they can have a beautiful life with. They see you as someone who is that could make them happy. They see you as someone that could, you know, potentially lead somewhere amazing and stuff. And I think that for a lot of you, when you met somebody, or maybe you have a specific person in mind, for some of you, you like met this person and the other person was like, this is it. Like, this is my person. This is who I want to be with. Like, now I can be happy. What makes pile 3 attractive? What else makes pile 3 attractive here? Ooh, we have worry coming in reverse, and it's like, I am learning that worry does not change an outcome. I feel like this was coming in reverse because you may have this very chill energy to you where like, I don't want to say like nonchalant, but with that 8 of Cups, it could be like nonchalant too coming through, but like also like, when you're around people, you make them feel very safe. And that can definitely be with this strength energy too. Like this person just wants to like hold, like the people around you, like obviously this would be like romantic, not strangers, but like they want to just hold you. Like when you cuddle with somebody, you make them feel so safe and so protected that all of their worries and all of their fears and all of their doubts kind of head out the door when they're around you. And that is something that I think is very attractive. And that's something that goes beyond just your looks and your physicalness. This is your energy coming through. This is, you know, the fact that you probably are a safe person, or this is the fact that you get along with other people energetically because, you know, one of the biggest things about like energy and that it doesn't lie is that when you're around somebody that you can trust, or when you're around somebody that is good for you, you make them feel very safe. And with that being said, you know, you seem to be that type of person that other people can kind of just open up to, and other people can, and like maybe you make like other people like melt, like romantic partners, like you make them melt just because they just feel so good around you and they just feel like safe. And I think for a lot of them, this is almost on an intuitive level too. It's not something that they would specifically even like, I mean, they could say, I don't want to say they wouldn't say, but it's an energetic and intuitive level. You get what I'm saying now. Oh, like, and we have fear in reverse as well too. So like, I think that people initially do have like fears about you, especially people that want to pursue you romantically, but it's like when they're with you, or like maybe it's what you say to them, or it's what you do, you kind of let those fears for them subside as well. All right, now we have grief, which is, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Yeah, the people from your past definitely still feel your energy, and I think that you teach a lot of people a lot of lessons as well too. So with this grief, with anyone in that, you know, you've ever like been with or had problems with, or you know, that you had to leave or separate, or this could be just in general, because this could be also future energy as well too. When people take you for granted, and when you decide to leave or you don't want somebody, they feel that loss. And I think for some of you, that makes them want you more. And that sounds like, I know that sounds like obviously like abandonment issues and things like that, and you know what, it probably is, but to say the least, it's like the fact that anyone ever took you for granted, I feel like they kick themselves for that as well too. And I feel like also just the fact that, you know, they got to be around you and got to be around your presence is they appreciate that a lot. Like there's a gratitude for you and for what you've done for people, I'm hearing as well too. Okay, so what makes pile 3 attractive? We have empathy. It was coming in reverse, but I feel as though, I mean, it could go both ways, but with this empathy, what makes you very attractive is your ability to understand people, to empathize with people. And I feel like this is like, I mean, you could consider yourself an empath as well. And this is something that I feel like people find really attractive, because people are always looking for people to understand them in any situation. That's all they want, is to be understood and is to be loved. And I feel like you are a person that can understand people and can love them once, you know, you get to know them as well. Ooh, and then we have purpose, which was interesting because I was only going to do that amount of cards, but I just felt called to just pick one more, which is, I know what I am here to do. The fact that when you're around them, like people want to be around you. They want to help you. They want to do things for you. Like you give people a sense of purpose in this world. And that could just be through like your words, through your empathy, through things as well. But it's like this beautiful sense of purpose, I feel like, is when people get to know you. And I feel like when the fact that I feel like some people are so grateful to even have had you in their life, it means that they realize that they've met you for a specific reason, for a purpose. Like they know that you're in their life for a purpose, for a reason. And with that being said, this is almost another energetic attraction as well too. Like you may attract a lot of people karmically too, as well, but not karmically always in a bad way, just people you're meant to be around. Like you could be the type of person as well too that says the right things around people, and you would have no idea. Like you would have no idea, and all of a sudden like you're saying these things, and that's because you were purposely put in that spot to say those things for someone else to hear. And that does make someone very attractive, to always like to have such an impact on people is what I'm seeing with this. Like you literally have such an impact on people's lives as well. And I think people worry about what you think and worry about how you feel about them and what's going on with you as well too. And I can't help but to see at the bottom of the deck, we have we had the 8 of Cups. And then we have this walking away. And so one of the things that makes you attractive is when you know when to stay and when to go. And I think that that's a super sign of self-worth. And I think that's why that's coming through. People look at you as someone who knows their worth and who knows how long to stay and when to go. Even if you feel like you haven't, and even if you feels like in certain situations you stay too long, regardless of that, when you do decide, it's like things shift. And it's interesting. And I feel like almost there's like an energy of like, yeah, people view you as someone who holds themselves at a very high standard. And so they find that attractive, as well as they know that they need to step it up for them too, if that makes sense. Like they need to like step up their game. But yeah, so with this 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck here, guys, I feel like people may not trust your true intentions at first. You could trigger a lot of people as well too, like as in relationships, you know. Ooh, so the first card we have coming out for you is the 2nd house of resources. You could take care of yourself very nicely. You could have nice things, but the 2nd house is also a house of self-worth. It's also a house of like knowing, like, it's of course money and things like that, but like, for example, you know, if you have challenging aspects in the 2nd house, you could have gone through situations in your life that showed you that you were worth more. And I think the more that you know your worth, the more that you do that, and the more that you overcome like situations, the more attractive you get. So basically there's like an energy here of like every time someone plays you, you get a glow up. Like you get a better life, or like, you know what I'm saying? It's like every time you leave somebody or something else, like you get even more attractive. Not even to them, just in life in general. Like your life gets better, things get better, you know, you just, because you deserve better, and that shows as well. Like I feel like you've been through things. I feel like this pile has been through situations that have triggered them and have shown them to, or have maybe forced them to let go of certain people and certain things that you want because you deserved better. Well, just know that better is coming, and you're becoming better and more attractive. And like, it's like, it's just, it's kind of comical in like an ironic way, like that, like you get this glow up, and other people just get to remember you and appreciate you, and get sad and have this grief. It's like almost like this like unseen karmic revenge that you get on people. Ooh, and then we have future. Yeah. Okay. So let's get one more and then we'll talk about these actually. So what? Shoot. We have Jupiter with abundance. I freaking love that. Yeah, people view you as someone who, ooh, and then we have home, which this is that again, that they feel very safe. The 4th house, they feel very safe with you. You make them feel very comfortable. Like, for example, if you have 4th house synastry with somebody, or like say like their moon or your moon is in one or each other's 4th house, oh my gosh, you feel like you can just share your emotions. You feel so comfortable with them. You feel like they understand you. You know, it's like that kind of thing, that kind of energy as well too. And so when you do decide to leave and walk away from people, they're like wrecked, to say the least. Like you like wreck them because because they see you as someone who has so much value, who has so much to offer. And the fact that people have screwed that up, it's like I said, it's like karma for them. It's crazy. But then we have this North Node future here, which I believe, like, you know, people see themselves as someone that they can be with, or they see you. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to see themselves. They see you as someone they can see themselves with as a future, and a future energy. Like they don't want things to end. They don't want you to go. They're very much attracted to you. They're like, I want a future with you. Our future looks so good. It looks abundant. All of these things, you know, that pile 3 has to offer, which is more than just physical. This is definitely more than just physical as well too. And we can see that here as well too. But I feel like just because also it is the 2nd house with the resources and its abundance, like one of the things that is attractive too is that, first of all, I feel like you're a heartbreaker, and not even meaning to be. But second of all, I feel like your resources and inside yourself and outside are like endless. That like people view you as someone that's always going to be taken care of, that's always going to be good. And I feel like that's by like the universe. It's, you know, it's by like spirit. Like you're always going to be fine. And I feel like you have so much of value and so much to offer in every situation that you're put in, whether that's romantic, whether that's, you know, at work or school or anything like that. You have such a specific perspective, and you have so much to offer that I think people find you really attractive. And I think with this North Node future, this is like, North Node can also be considered like the destiny. This can be considered where you are going in life, or where you feel drawn to, as well as it can be considered getting out of your comfort zone and stuff like that too. And so you could be someone that makes people get out of their comfort zone, or people just feel drawn to you, want to be in your future, they want to be in your life. Like the people, and if I can be quite honest, there's a lot of energy in this reading for you, Pile 3, of people in the past. There's a lot of people in the past, is like opinions coming up. There's situations that we've seen here, you know, from the people in the past. And I think one of the things that all of these people have in common is they want to be in your future. And, or for some of you, this can be a specific person. But regardless of that, that doesn't matter. Like that just shows you how much you have to offer. And like when you leave, how your presence is felt when you leave as well too. So if you think that you leave situations and people just get, you know, they're fine and things like that, no, I feel like you are almost at times like someone's like, or some people's like personal karma as well. And like I said, when you leave situations that you are not, that are unworthy to you, like you get hotter, you get better, and they are just sad. And that makes me sad for them, but it's not gonna like, it's kind of just like a balance thing, I guess. Very interesting. You have a very interesting energy here and a very interesting perspective about this attractiveness here, that I feel like you open a lot of doors for people. You do so much for people that I think you don't even know and you don't even realize, because I feel like this is on an energetic level as well as like almost a perspective level. Like the impact that you have on someone's life here is like, the people you cross's life is like crazy. That makes you a very powerful person as well too. Okay, so on that note, I want to leave this reading with some affirmation cards as well too, just because I would hate to leave you empty-handed, kind of like the advice and stuff. So I'm going to ask anything that you may need to hear right now, whether it is in regards to what makes you attractive or not. Let's allow it to come out. What are the affirmations here for Pile 3? We have enough about my home as a peace haven. We have more about home as well too. Oh, I guess we'll read it. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I don't know why I put it back. Let's get one more for you. So the first one that we have is, I am willing to forgive. Forgiveness of myself and others releases me from the past. Forgiveness is Forgiveness is the answer to my utmost every problem. Forgiveness is a gift to myself. I forgive and I set myself free. Wow, this is such a powerful affirmation and so beautiful about all of those past energies, all of those people, places, and things that may have treated you like you were unworthy, or treated you like you were less, or maybe have tried to tie you down to the point where they tried to trap you. Any of those kind of situations, I feel like, you know, with that forgiveness comes, like it says, releasing those cords. It's like releasing yourself from the binds of the anger, from the upset. And don't get me wrong, you're allowed to feel angry. You're allowed to feel those things. And I feel like forgiveness is something that does come in time. But as long as you're willing to do it, it does impact your life in ways, in so many grateful ways. Like it is very freeing to not have resentments, or to not feel, you know, anger, or to feel these strong things. I don't even mean just anger, like, because anger is not a bad emotion. Don't get me wrong, anger is not a bad emotion. But it's like these things, these negative attachments to these people and to these situations. I feel like Spirit wants you to release those and to let go. And then in that way, your future looks a lot brighter, because you're not still worried or still dwelling on these other things, if that makes sense. But of course, like I said, this is going to come in due time. give yourself the space and the validation to allow your feelings to unfold, because sometimes when we start the process of forgiveness, a lot of things will come up. A lot of past situations will come up too. So keep that in mind as well too, that it is a process and that you're allowed to feel however you feel, and it's going to be your own process as well too. But I think this is like a personal freedom from anything that had tried to like oppress you or try to get you down or bring you down. You know, you're going to rise above that tremendously, and you're like freeing all of those soul ties to these people with this forgiveness, and you're also kind of freeing them as well too, but I feel like the focus is more you. Okay, so we have, my home is a peaceful haven. I bless my home with love. I put love in every corner, and my home lovingly responds with warmth and comfort. I am at peace. Oh yeah, and one of the, you know, places we spend the most time with is our home. If you're looking for a home, I feel like, or you're switching homes, I feel like this is a good omen that things are going to get better, that things are going to be more peaceful. You are going to find that place to maybe not worry so much about that, or to at least try to calm your worries, you know, because sometimes situations can be hard. But also this is about taking care of your surrounding and your environment, you know. Do what makes you feel better. If you're like into decor, dress your room or dress your home into things that make you happy, that when you look at them, they make you feel good, you know. Clean up, tidy up, because that makes us feel good as well too. As fresh smells, anything to make you more comfortable in where we spend most of our time at, you know. We deserve to feel safe and we deserve to feel comfortable, so to do that as well too is definitely a good advice. And then this is again too, like, you know, I feel this message of home coming out again, and this forgiveness energy and all of this other stuff, this is more of that past energy coming up for you. This is more of that thing that people feel like, you know, you were the type of person that made a house a home. Like you were capable of doing that, and now you're capable of doing that for yourself here too, regardless of who you're with or what you're doing or anything like that. But this is, it's interesting because I was talking about that there's past energies coming up here in this reading, a lot of, more so for you than any other pile. And with that being said, this is about, I feel like you releasing a lot of these things too, and knowing that you're good enough. And this was a lot about, I feel like we said before, with that second house and that self-worth, you've learned a lot about yourself and what it is that you're worthy of, and that I feel like you're someone that deserves stability, and you will receive that. But and you give other people stability as well too, but I feel like it's about them giving you back the same amount of stability. I don't know. This not supposed to turn into this type of reading, but hey, if it's working for you and you need to hear it, I'm glad. I will still do it, but I just realized, I was like, whoa, this was not supposed to be like that. But it never is how it's supposed to be anyways, right? Nothing ever is. Anyways, the last card we have for you is I am worth loving. I do not have to earn love. I am lovable because I exist. Others reflect the love I have for myself. Wow, this just goes on to the exact message we were talking about. Yes, yes, yes. You are worthy of love and respect for just existing. There's nothing you have to do for anyone else to earn any type of love. So remember this. I would even write this one down if I were you, or write as many as you would like down, I guess. But really, like, just, you're such a beautiful soul and you deserve so much just for existing. Like, you should never have to prove your worth to anyone or show anyone what makes you special or anything like that. The right people will see that within you. Even the wrong people will see that within you. They may just not let you know. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we go through situations and we come out of the other side with this crazy self-appreciation. And I think that's something that you're doing. And I think that you should have so much appreciation for yourself, and not because of what you have to offer as well, because that was apparent in this reading that you have a lot to offer, but you are just a beautiful, you know, you're a beautiful, vibrant soul that is existing in this world at times that doesn't appreciate that. And, you know, you should be your number one supporter and appreciator for that as well too. I feel like you're on a very special self-love journey, and I think that you are very attractive, and I think that you have such a magnetic, a loving, attractive energy. With that being said, you may attract a lot of the people that I'm getting, a lot of empathic, narcissistic dynamics here. If that's something you've gone through a lot in your life, it just makes sense because you have so much love to give. And I want to remind you as well too, if this is resonating for you, that self-sacrificing and giving everything in your all and everything that you have for somebody is not necessarily a noble deed, and does not necessarily mean that you love them more. I think that there's sometimes we have to, and this is something that I've learned myself as well too, there's a time that we have to realize that, are we doing things for love or are we doing things out of love? And with that being said, once you bring that awareness on there, you're going to realize, or you maybe for some of you have realized already, that you know it's not worth it and it's not necessary, because the right people will always love you regardless, even if you maybe at times you feel unworthy of love. And I feel like the right people in the right places are coming to you. Do not get me wrong. And I did not mean for this to be some sort of lecture. I'm so sorry, pile 3. I guess you didn't have, if it's not resonating, you know, you didn't have to stay, or you don't have to stay. But for the most part, for you, I just want you to know that you're just so worthy and you're amazing and you're so lovable, and I love you and Spirit loves you. And anyone else who isn't capable of loving you is probably not capable of loving themselves. And I'm sure you can see that reflected back into how a lot of people treat themselves, you know, because shows you how far they've met themselves, or what positions and things that they put themselves in, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So just don't take anyone else's actions personal. And that's all I'm going to say. But you are beautiful, you are attractive, you stay on people's minds. They love you, but you deserve the world. And you know what's crazy is that this looks like a world as well too. And I was thinking that as I was like putting these piles together, I was like, pile 3 probably deserves the world, because I'm using this one that looks exactly like a globe. It's because you do. So remember that. And so on that note, I am going to leave this reading here, though. Thank you so much if you stay till the end. Thank you if you appreciate it kind of turning into this other type of reading. I'm so sorry. You're the only pile that got that, though. So that means that you are really loved. Not saying that they're not loved, but that means, you know, it showed up for a reason. And I'm just going to trust it. And I'm going to post it anyways, because if one person got something out of it, then that's fine with me. I'll be happy enough. But, yeah, so thank you to anyone who supports this channel on that note as well. Likes, comments, subscribes to the channel, all of that. I love you so much, and I am just so grateful for every single one of you. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next reading. Bye!